listeners. Welcome to another episode of B Broadcast, which is sponsored by the Students' Council of York Castle High School. I am Jorian Brown. Here with us virtually on the Zoom platform, we have Miss Rebekca James, who is one of four persons running for the secretary position. Miss James, how are you today?
I'm doing great. And how are you doing today?
I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad at all. Tell us, let's do a little get to know me tag. Tell the listeners who are you.
Well, as you mentioned before, I'm Rebekca James and I am vying for the position of secretary. I am a very jovial person, a very energetic, creative, dependable person. Aside from that, I'm a fun loving individual. And I do possess the ability to uplift others, to motivate others in any way I can.
So, do you think that's how other persons would describe you as well?
Definitely.
Okay. You are a first year student in at your castle, right?
Yes.
What are the courses that you are doing now?
Well, currently I'm doing law, communication studies, entrepreneurship, and history.
Okay, so what would you want to be in the future? What would you like to become in the future?
In the future, I intend to become a criminal lawyer.
Ooh. Okay. Lots of persons, well, as mentioned earlier, we know that you're running for the secretary position. But could you briefly tell us what this job entails, what a secretary role is like?
Well, I know the role of secretary is an important one. I know that the typical role of the secretary is to record minutes of meetings,
Right.
accurate recordings, that
Oh,
is,
yes.
objective recordings. I know that is the main focus of the secretary.
Okay. Do you think you're the right person for the job?
Definitely.
Love the confidence. What are some qualities that you possess?
I am a dependable individual. I am a committed individual, a goal-oriented individual.
Okay. What are some of the strengths that you would bring to the position?
Well, definitely, I would bring my skills, which would include, as I said before, dependability, my ability to my ability to focus on detail, to communicate well with others.
Okay. Are you always a student of the York Castle High School?
No, I was not.
Which school are you coming from?
I'm coming from the St. Hilda's Diocesan High School.
Okay, lovely. How did you find out about the Sixth Form Association? Or what do you know about it? Rather.
Well, I found out about the Sixth Form Association from friends which I know would have gone to the Sixth Form. And I know that it is an esteemed Sixth Form.
Okay. We'll be taking a quick break. Stay with us. Do not go anywhere. We'll soon come back. This is being broadcast by the B Broadcast Commission and sponsored by the Student Council of York Castle High School. Welcome back to B Broadcast, which is sponsored by the Student Council of York Castle High School. We have with us virtually Miss James, who is running for the position of secretary. Miss James, can you tell us more about the day-to-day responsibility of this job?
Well, I know that anything within the Sixth Form Association which concerns this association would be recorded by the secretary to ensure effective running of the association.
Okay. Name one skill that makes you most qualified for this job.
Attention to detail.
Okay. Okay. So is it safe to say that you are an attentive listener and that you are quick in writing?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Now, tell us some of your weakness that you think can be worked on or should be
Well,
worked
I think my biggest weakness would be I am my own critic, but in a sense that could be seen as positive as well as negative. But I am my own critic.
on. Okay. Describe a time when you were faced with a stressful situation and demonstrated coping skills.
Well, having been given numerous assignments that would have been needed to be handed in at a specific time, specific date, more than one assignment, I would have faced a lot of stress and I would have faced a lot of, definitely a lot of stress. And what I would have done is meditate, meditate on what needs to be done. I cope by meditating, and that's how I deal with the stress.
Okay. Do you have a strong support team?
I would like to think so, yes.
Okay. Now, are you experienced in this field of work, or if elected, it would be your first time?
I do have experience in this field of work.
Okay. Could you rate your verbal and written communication abilities in a professional setting?
I would say 8 or 9
And why is that so?
because, as you mentioned before, I would have had experience in the secretarial role since
Right.
that I was previously the student council secretary at my previous school. This would have helped me to have the ability to have verbal learn and to increase on my verbal and written communication skills.
Okay. Are you a people person, Miss James?
I am.
Okay. Uh, can you manage large amount of paperwork in a stressful situation that is?
Yes, I would like to add that stress actually motivates me to get the work done even more.
Okay. Miss James, I am sure that you have seen the polls, and as I can recall, you are in second place with a percentage of 20. Do you think that you can rise and come and do you think you can rise above that and become victorious?
I definitely think I can rise above that and I can be victorious. These are these this poll
Mm-hmm.
is may not be a reflection of the final results, but I believe when the voters see and understand my capabilities, they will make the right choice.
Okay. Do you think that you have a lot of competition or there is not much competition?
Well, I'm not familiar with the other candidates that much, so I would not say they're competition, but they are there.
Okay. Tell us about your campaign strategy. Are you campaigning hard enough?
Well, I think I am. I've made numerous posters, sent them out, and my team has done a good job of sending them around to other sixth formers.
Okay. Happy to know. Happy to know. We'll be taking a quick break, which is our final break. Do not leave. On the other side of this break, Miss James will make an appeal to the listeners as to why they should vote for her. This is being broadcast by the Broadcast Commission and sponsored by the Student Council of York Castle High School. Welcome back to B Broadcast, which is sponsored by the Student Council of York Castle High. We have virtually with us Miss James, who is running for Secretary of the Council. Miss James, before you make an appeal to the listeners as to why they should vote for you, could you quickly answer this question? What do you think, if elected, would be your favorite part of the job?
My favorite part of the job would be actually being there, having the ability to contribute, to add value to the Sixth Form Association, being a secretary.
Okay, and what do you think would be your least favorite part of the job?
Well, I actually don't have an answer to that.
Okay. So now I will give you the opportunity to make an appeal to the listeners. Why vote for Rebekca James? What is why she is better than the other person?
Well, I am not familiar with my candidates, nor am I familiar with their capabilities, their specific capabilities, but I am aware of my own. And as I mentioned before, having served as a secretary before,
Right.
this has given me the experience. And I think what distinguishes me from the other candidates is my ability to find a balance between experience and listening, because listening is very important
Oh
in this
yes.
role. Listening
Yes.
is incredibly important in this role. And I think for the undecided voters,
Right.
it's important that you make the right
Oh
choice.
yes.
Voting for Rebekca is the right choice. I intend to deliver, and I do have the ability to deliver. I do intend to deliver, as I possess the skills and experience to do so. So on November 13, make
Right.
the right choice and vote Rebekca James for your next Sixth Form Association Secretary.
Thank you. Well, that's a wrap. We thank you so much, Miss Jane, for stopping by and sharing with us your vision as a secretary. I wish you all the best in your campaigning and I wish you all the best in your endeavors.
Thank you, and the same to you.
Oh, yes, thank you. This is being broadcast by the B Broadcast Commission and sponsored by the Student Council of York Castle High School.